What's going on, everybody? This is Sleepless Mike of Raw Dog Sports. I am back for day 3 of 32 days worth of mock drafts. The third overall pick in this draft is the Arizona Cardinals. So that is who I'm going to be drafting for today. If you are tuning into the series, thank you very much. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten so far on the videos that I've done. It means a great deal to me. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. So anytime you give me some of it, I am forever grateful. Um, Yesterday's video was on the Jets. The Jets are a tough team. I think the Cardinals are going to be tough as well. They have so many holes. I feel like I could go in a lot of different directions. I feel like I could probably just go best player available, and the Cardinals are going to be a much better team than they were before. But we'll get into this thing here in a little bit. But like I said, the Jets were yesterday. Shout out to the Northeast Ohio Flag, first grade Jets. We're going to see those guys today for the very first time, our first practice. So we're getting ready for our flag football season. My youngest daughter asked me if I would coach her in flag football. Of course, I had to say yes. So I'm very, very excited to meet everybody today and get into coaching some football again. It's been a little while. I coach baseball for my son, but I used to coach football in Arizona. Now I'm getting back into it a little bit, but I'm very, very excited for that. And one last thing, guys. Once again, shout out Rip It, and shout out all of our guys fighting overseas right now. We've lost more people in Iraq. War's awful. I mean, there's nothing good about war. We're living in a world though where it's kind of become a necessity. So root for your war fighters to do their job, come home as safe and as fast as possible. I know that I will be doing that, and everybody here at the No Sleeves Network and Raw Dog Sports is doing that as well. So let's crack this, Rip It. By the way, these are at Menards. I don't know if anybody caught that in the earlier videos I did. My Menards, my local Menards has Rip Its, and they are on sale. So if you are looking for some Rip Its, go check out your local Menards. All right, with that, guys, we are going to get into the actual mock draft. You know what I didn't do? I did not share my screen. So I'm going to have to do that now. Boom. There we go. All right. I actually want to change it from here. Let's remove that one. Let's go here and add. That's better. That's the one I want. I don't know if it's 100% different or if it's different at all, but for some reason, my stupid army brain was like, yes, this is better because that's what you did yesterday. All right. You guys can see we're doing the Cardinals. We got 7 rounds. I'm not adjusting any of the settings here. We're taking it right from PFF. So let's get into this draft. Let's see what happens here. These first couple of picks, I went Mendoza and then Bailey over the first couple of days. We'll see how it goes. Wow. Jeremiah Love goes 2. That makes no sense. So PFF is going to kind of throw this one off a little bit. We got Fernando Mendoza going 1, Jeremiah Love going 2 to the Jets, even though they just brought back Breece Hall on a franchise tag. All right. That's super weird. But with this being the case, I have a lot of options here. I don't love Ruben Bain. Arvell Reese is another piece that can move all around that defense. That offensive line is really fucking bad, though. And I mean, I got the best offensive lineman in the draft sitting right here. I've done this exact same pick, I believe. No, actually, I took Mauigoa at 4 to the Titans in another mock draft that I was doing with Sportsocracy. But I think that he's going to end up going higher here. I'm going to take Mauigoa, who I think is the best tackle in this class, meets a team need. Cardinals need to get better. Quarterback, number 1 need. There's not a quarterback to go out and get in this draft, in my opinion, in the first round, other than Mendoza. We'll talk about maybe a second, third round quarterback for this team that could take a flyer, especially since they just moved off of Kyler Murray. So let's go ahead and Francis Mauigoa to the Cardinals at pick 3. Rolling right along on to pick 34. All right. So I got Casey Concepcion on the clock. Einacre on the clock. Pagone. All right. So, I mean, I got a lot of guys here. Lee Hunter. Ty Simpson. Now, I've seen Ty Simpson getting mocked. You can see that his climbing up 33 ADP. It's not worth a second round pick, in my opinion, for a Cardinals team that has so many holes, especially because they're going to be bad again this year, no matter what, in my mind. I don't think it's going to matter who is playing quarterback. They are kind of in reset mode. They're going to be looking to next year's draft. So I don't know that using second round pick on Ty Simpson is the right move here. Let's see. Current moves they've already made. So they've already signed Isaac Suamalo, guard. Tyler Algier, who is a signing I love. Kendrick Bourne, Gardner Minshew, backup. Andrew Wingard, backup. Bam Knight, backup. Matt Pryor, guard, backup. Chad Ryland, kicker. Punter, Blake Gillikin. LJ Collier, D tackle, backup. Roy Lopez, D tackle, backup. Long snapper, Starling Thomas, the fifth corner, backup. Like, they just signed the Simi Hoko, wide receiver. I mean, but that's a number 3-4 wide receiver. So they've signed a bunch of guys, but none of them are dudes that I think are going to go out there and be super productive and make this team a lot better. And most of this shit is just depth signing right now. They're looking to build through the draft. And if they're looking to build through the draft, you got to think they want to go somebody like best player available, most impactful player available. Linebacker. Okay, so Evo has talked about this on Raw Dog Sports, and he's not in the first round, but I'm going to move him up in this mock draft. Jacob Rodriguez being on the board here. Highest rated linebacker on the board. It is a team need. Evo thinks that he should be a first round pick, and listen, he's a fucking great football player. He's a little undersized, but that's kind of the way linebackers are in today's NFL. Jacob Rodriguez fills a team need and could be like a green dot guy early on in his career and really help solidify that defense. I like some of the pieces in the back end of that Cardinals defense, but their front seven needs a lot of work. Excuse me. So I'm going to go with Jacob Rodriguez right here at 34. All right. Ooh. So active Mandarin live wild lime is also a fucking banger. It's not as good as the power, in my opinion. Power is the GOAT, but this is also pretty good. All right, pick 65, back on the clock. Oh, man. Danny Dennis Sutton right here, being a really athletic edge on a team that could use some help on the fucking D-line and the edge seems really appealing. I mean, they got Josh Sweat, Roy Lopez. Walter Nolan is a guy that I like, young. He can be a really nice penetrator. And Darius Robinson. I feel like, man, you can pair a young, athletic, and Danny Dennis Sutton, who's had production. I mean, this is 3 years worth. Freshman, he gets 5 sacks. Sophomore year, 9. 8 sacks as a senior. Man. This is a really nice. I'm going to go with Danny Dennis Sutton here. Cardinals need a lot of things. Best player, in my mind, right here on the board. I mean, I love Kyle Lewis. He's just so undersized. Kamari Ramsey's a nice pick. Elijah, you don't need another receiver in my mind. Now, Sam Hecht. You got Froholt. So yeah, we're gonna stick here with Danny Dennis Sutton and help out that defense. All right, moving on to pick 104. Cardinals back on the clock. I have gone Maui Noah, Jacob Rodriguez, Danny Dennis Sutton. I think a lot of high quality talent that would make the Cardinals team a lot better. Ooh, now let's see here. That's a more receiver. Now, Ted Hurst is a dude I absolutely love. I can't wait to mock him to a team and talk about Ted Hurst. I just can't do it here. They have a ton of weapons at wide receiver in my mind. Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. They just signed Kendrick Bourne. They signed Simi Fehoko, like I just talked about. So we can't go wide receiver, even though he is a fucking dog. Now, right here is a place where I am going to go quarterback. I'm going to go Carson Beck. Carson is a guy that started out his career in Georgia pretty goddamn good, right? Takes a little bit of a step back, and there's also an injury. He ends up with an elbow injury and needs Tommy John. Ends up, having to transfer, goes to Miami, makes it all the way to the national championship. So obviously the kid can play a little bit of football. He's a leader. It's just, can he make good decisions? You can see the pressure rate. It's not great. He's not great under pressure. And the arm is still not what it used to be. I think with a little bit more time, a little bit more strength, that arm can still come back alive a little bit from where it is now. I mean, it takes pitchers typically a full year plus to get to the point where they're, you know, throwing at all, let alone throwing with similar velocities. I mean, it takes some guys 2 fucking years. And a football is a much different throw, and it's, I think, a lot more, it's less whip, but it's heavier. So I'm gonna go Carson Beck here as a guy that they can kind of grow under the tutelage of a Jacoby Brissett. They have Gardner Minshew there as well to help be a backup. So you have a solid group of quarterbacks that can go out there, start games for you while you can continue to grow Carson Beck. So I'm going Carson Beck right here. All right, all the way down to 141. Man, I fucking love Bud Clark. I love Bud Clark. I got to be at his media avail. Asked him a question. Cool guy, very charismatic. Talked about his mom a lot, and you know what? He's a competitor. He likes to talk a little bit of shit. Apparently, his mom talks a little bit of shit. So really, really cool guy. It seems like. I don't know if he fits as an in the box safety though. Buda Baker right now is their free safety. I feel like if you can move Buda down into the box where I think he can play really well, you could go with a Bud Clark here and help out that back end even a little bit more. Oh, man. I wouldn't go halfback here. I want to double up on tackle because there's not one I love at tackle. No. Yeah, the tackles are pretty much gone. I feel like after round 4. Bud Clark is the best player on the board right now for sure. Don't need a fucking guard Bo Stevens. Say Adams. I mean, young guy still. So no, we're not going to do that. I do like the Bo Stevens a little bit there. Caleb Elam Orr's guy, but I can get him. I think probably 182. So I'm going to hang around and try to get that. I think I am going to go with Bud Clark, man. Bud Clark had a ton of ball skills. Turned it over a shitload for TCU. You can see multiple years of production. Freshman year, you know what? Tough. It's going to happen. Then he comes out and way better as a sophomore. And then even, I mean, his fucking production as a senior, it doesn't show it on here where his fucking, all his turnovers caused. But man, he was awesome. Kind of dipped down and now he's rising back up. Most drafted by a couple of those teams there. 6'2", 190. I mean, he's a guy that I think can go out and play a center field for you. So let's go. We're going to go Bud Clark for the Cardinals. I'm sure Cardinals fans will let me know if they love that or hate that. But I can tell you that if you get Bud Clark, I think you're going to be really happy with the player that you get. All right, moving on to 182. Do I have a linebacker? Nope, my linebacker is gone. Fisher, a lot of linebackers going here at the end of this 4th round. New York. Oh, hold on. Let's see here. Go to linebacker. Let's go take a look at the linebackers. Harold Perkins. Yeah, I mean, good coming off the edge for the Cardinals. I don't know if that's exactly what I want to do. I mean, they're running a 4-3. I don't know that he's a great fit. Halfback, center, Borg. All right. Well, I've gone tackle, linebacker. You know what I haven't done yet? I have not gone with a D lineman. I don't know. I think I did draft Zane Durant yesterday. Try not to mock all the same freaking guys. But you get down to certain points of this, and I don't know every single one of these prospects. I would love to sit here and tell you that I do, but I do not know every single one of them. So, sometimes I'm like, man, I gotta go with guys I know more. And right here, I don't love what I got. But you know what? Right now, the depth at center is very thin behind Froholt because I don't think there's fucking anybody behind Froholt at the moment. You can get a guy in Pat Coogan that I think is going to develop into a decent player. I don't know if he'll ever be like a Pro Bowl or anything like that, but he could end up being a decent starter. So let's go Pat Coogan here. A little depth piece, and then further on down the line could be a starter for you there. When you're looking at these later rounds, that's really all you're hoping for. All right, and then here at the end, my guy Eli Heidenreich. I hope he gets drafted. I really, really do. But I can't do it here. They go out, they make a signing at running back, 2 of them actually. So they are not in need. They have a bunch of receivers. Eli, it says fullback, is not one. Tight end, they're pretty good there. Let's take a look here. At this point, I mean, I've already gone after the safeties. I could maybe take a corner here on a flyer. No. Andre Fuller. So I don't know a ton. Outside, put a little bit in the slot. Kind of chess piece. All right. They don't need to go a halfback. Or no. I feel like they're really good on offense outside of their fucking line and their quarterback. Like they have so many weapons. You know what I am going to do? I am going to double up, but not from yesterday, from 2 days ago on my Raiders mock draft. You can go check that out over on the YouTube. I'm going to go with Devin Eastern. Devin Eastern is a guy from Minnesota trying to get drafted. If he does get drafted, he will be he will continue Minnesota's decade-long reign of at least one of their guys getting drafted. But he is like the only guy in that range that could get drafted. He's got a little bit of mobility, plays a little bit of A gap, a little bit of B gap. So he can be moved around. We're going to go Devin Eastern here to wrap this thing up. And let's see what PFF gives me. I'm sure they're not going to love, Jacob Rodriguez, not going to love that. They say I should have gone Ty Simpson. All right, so Mauigoa, B+, Rodriguez, C+, Andy Dennis Sutton, B-, Carson Beck, A-. I got them a quarterback, just not the fucking one they wanted way higher. Bud Clark, B, Pat Coogan, C+, Devin Eastern, C-, not bad. B-. So bottom 31% of Cardinals draft. So this is not a great one in terms of PFF grades for me. Cardinals fans, tell me what you think. Let me know if you think that I did a shit job, if I did a good job. Where would you have gone differently? Where would you have done differently? Where did my background go, man? Let's just remove that. There we go. And hey, that works. Whatever. I don't know what happened in the background, and I was changing that stuff out. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in to the Cardinals mock draft. Like I was saying, let me know what you think, Cardinals fans. I'm not going to be upset if you don't like it. Let me know where you would have done something different. I appreciate everybody who tunes in, though. Time, like I said, is the most valuable thing that you have. So anytime you give any of it to me or anybody in association with the No Sleeves Network, Raw Dog Sports, I'm forever grateful for sure. But with that, I am going to get out of here, and I will be back tomorrow with day 4. But with further ado, see you.